all you're gonna do is drive your elbows across your body, and I want you to visualize you're trying to punch a hole through a wall that you are leaned up against. So you're upright, you're right up against an invisible wall, and you want to drive your elbows through that wall. Punch some holes in there, all right?
Oh. Summer is in full swing, and we are back at the X-Overland Ranch in Montana. We are 3 days into a training week designed to help us make good decisions in the wild environments of West Africa. We will be traveling through austere environments, environmentally and politically. Having a game plan for lost team members, medical scenarios, camp location analysis, aggressive action techniques, and team SOPs will all help us be as safe as possible on the estimated 80-day trip. Countries like Mauritania, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Democratic Republic of the Congo all pose the greatest possible risks. Training expedites good decision-making in the absence of experience.
Check the collar, check the seal, re-secure the straps.
We need to know how to keep ourselves out of trouble while actively moving through it.
Give you the opportunity to reduce the margin for errors. Yeah, I'm restrained.
Whoa, stop!
Oh. If anything, training provides you with the knowledge of how serious things can get.
Check.
It makes you work extra hard to not put yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time. The X-Overland Milestones Global Expedition is presented by General Tire and is sponsored by Mobile One. Expedition apparel is provided by Fjall Raven and in association with Overland Journal and Expedition Portal. Join us as we embark on a 25,000-mile journey across the world. We arrive back in Germany to pick up our trucks from Genesis Imports, where we have staged them while the Sahara Desert has been cooling off. Cyrus, Peter, Richard, and I are joined once again by Mr. Andy Potter, back from Phase 1 and ready for more. And an XO regular, Mr. Ryan Erickson. We have brought some small gear tweaks with us, but are waiting on some more things to arrive, including Peter's Redox Expedition bag. We're going through each truck, touching up the small things that we brought back with us.
Totally messed it.
But the bulk of what we need to do is dependent on an air shipment and a container shipped months ago that has still not cleared German customs.
Finally putting the Phase 3 on the board here. You're seeing how far we have to go. 12,500 miles approximately still to go. But we're getting things dialed in. We're getting the trucks organized, all the final little bits that we've been wanting to fix. And we're gonna get out of here, hopefully. We have been cranking for a day and a half here, getting a lot of stuff done, and we're practically ready to go outside of two big things that we need. A 20-foot container that has all of our tires and a bunch of other gear in it, including our ice maker, and our air shipment that is also tied up in customs that has our rear shocks for upgraded weights, and a whole bunch of other things. Just there's so much stuff in these things that will make life in Africa so much better. And we don't know when they're gonna get here. And we might have to ship the air freight back, apparently from an email I just got. It's not very often that I feel pinned down, but I feel pinned down. Spent all this money and all this time months ago getting stuff here to be here in plenty of time because we've all dealt with it before. And now here we are sitting here again and without a clear timeline of when it's gonna be opened up. It's frustrating. I am frustrated. We need Peter's bag still. We need tires still. We need our air freight. I'm giving up on the air freight pretty much. I have given up on the air freight, but hopefully we can get tires.
It is time to be thinking through the backup plan if our tires don't show up, which is that we will continue on without them. But that could be problematic.
So on Tundra, we're experiencing an alignment problem. We think as the shocks have settled and all that, it's starting to, as far as I can tell, it's just kind of starting to toe out because both of the inside blocks are getting worn unevenly. So this is the one that we're going to have to watch. We're going to have to be rotating this tire a lot. This is also the heaviest vehicle. It's under the most amount of pressure going around corners and under all the torque with the weight and the hybrids. Tundra tires are really the ones to watch. We didn't think this was going to be a problem because we were going to swap tires. Now we're going to have to preserve them for another 12,500 miles at least. It's okay. You can do it. We'll get you through it. We'll get you through it. Yeah.
Pete's got his bag. Yeah, buddy.
Victory.
Victory.
I can finally shave, get cleaned up, have insulin, have some insulin. I'm also sorry that it was late. Wish it wasn't. At least we have it now.
I think by noon tomorrow, if we don't have air freight, we leave. And if we don't have tires, we leave. Even though it's seemingly so close, I've heard that before.
Yeah. I've come to a conclusion. Waiting on this has been like grief. Like the multiple stages of grief. Mm-hmm. Gone through frustration, anger, sadness. And now I'm like, whatever, let's, like.
Disbelief.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. And now let's, kind of just rip the Band-Aid off and move.
I think I'm there too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like funny at this point. Obviously, grief's not funny, but you get to the point where you can kind of laugh at it just a
You
little
almost
bit.
have to because you just got to move on.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big hit, but yeah, eventually got to move on and just keep doing stuff. Noon tomorrow.
Perfect.
Noon tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah?
I'd put in 8 hours tonight if you want.
I like it.
I don't think we can wait any longer. So we make the call and move on without tires. But Ryan has been working on our suspension problem.
So I just got off the phone with a guy, and it's from some
German dude?
off-road shop
Okay.
somewhere,
Okay.
a couple hours from here. They have 2 sets of BP51s that should fit these with fit kits that should fit these. It's a couple hours away. So
That's a yes.
sounds good. They're only open today.
Really? BP51. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's the best option possible. I like it.
Now we're really in a hurry.
Options. Now we're in a hurry. Well,
Before our hasty departure, we do take the time to have the guys at Genesis sign the flag. A small thank you for dialing in our trucks, watching over them, and letting the shop be our home for almost a week. We've made it to Taubenbruther, an iconic off-road shop here in Germany.
see if we have some shocks.
They've managed to track down 2 sets of ARB BP51 shocks for a Land Cruiser 250, and we're hoping that they'll fit the trail hunters due to Toyota's new common frame.
We've got 2 BP51s that we've purchased. We're putting them on by ourselves in a parking lot. Due to German laws, we cannot do it in theirs or blah, blah, blah. Insurance sounds familiar. And so anyway, we're over here. We're going to put them on. We're going to see if they all fit. We're going to drive them around, make sure it all works before we buy a second set. If it does, we're going to do it quickly and get on the road.
So real quick, the issue isn't that our stock Trail Hunter shocks are bad. In fact, they're great for a factory spec truck. But after adding more fuel, water, gear, and all the weight required for long-range African overlanding, we've had to swap out the rear coils for heavier duty versions. And with our final additions, we have pushed the shocks past what they are valved and tuned for. And with intense African roads ahead, this self-created problem must be addressed for safety and durability.
I'd say it's 1 100% better. It's way better.
Yay! It looks way better.
Oh wow.
Hard stop.
Oh yeah!
Also, let's not forget, these are for a Land Cruiser 250, not a Tacoma. Ready? They're gonna do it again.
Way better. It's in the
Comes
front
back
now.
down. Feels good.
It looks good.
Right on.
Let's go get another truck.
Let's go get another one.
But the BP51s are also a great solution. They offer adjustable compression and rebound. That means we can adjust them for the heavy loads we're carrying and fine-tune them for the variable terrain ahead.
You may recognize where we are right now. It is a place called Genesis Imports. Really great shop if you haven't heard of it. But on our way back from putting our shocks on, an hour and a half in the wrong direction, we got word that there's going to be a package delivered here at 6 p.m. So we are waiting on bated breath for whatever could be in that thing. We don't know what it is.
What do you think the percentage of anything actually showing up is? Like the odds?
Anything at all?
Anything at all?
Optimism says 110%. History would tell us 75.
I say 50.
I think 50's very pessimistic of you.
Sorry. I got all of my optimism out of my system earlier today.
Lil, come on, Matt Transport. Is that you? Come on, baby, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's happening!
What do you think's in there? No.
Watch out.
No tires. No tires.
This last little shipment here is still a big win. We got some of our kit, our butt wipes, an alu box, and a mount for the tundra roof that will allow us to carry our dehydrated food up out of the way. These are little wins in the big picture.
That was a monumental effort. We knocked it out. 1 hour and 20 minutes to get everything bolted in, mounted up, reorganized, and now we're going to Spain. Let's go to Spain. Genesis, I love you, but I just never want to come back here, at least on this trip anymore. Let's go.
From Germany, it's a long 3-day drive to the ferry in Spain that will sail us over to Morocco. Along the way, Andy has made some great phone calls and can now stay with us for a couple more weeks, allowing him to enter Africa and experience a non-Western country with the rest of us for the first time. This is also a significant milestone, placing boots on our third continent of the Milestones expedition.
Hello, African soil.
We need to make our way to Marrakesh, halfway through the country, to pick up our final team member.
What a place. Yeah, man.
I'm enjoying this already, and we haven't even done anything here yet. On about 6 hours, 575 clicks.
Now that we're here, we got one more errand to run. Who's ready to go pick up a legend?
When we planned this expedition, one of the first calls I made was to my friend, Scott Brady. Scott is a legend in the overland community and one of the early founders of modern overlanding in the U.S. He's crossed all 7 continents by vehicle, circled the planet a few times, and has lived the overland life in places most of us will only read about. Scott and I notably crossed Russia together in 2013 and the Greenland ice sheet in 2018, both as part of the E7 expedition team. He is the publisher of Overland Journal magazine and the author of the book Overlanding 101, which makes him a pretty stellar addition to the team. Scott has also carried with him critical documents known as Carnet de Passage, but more on that later.
Hello. Hey, dude, what's up, man?
Ah, you get out.
Come on.
Hey, crazy Sandy, good to see you, man.
I know. So good.
See you, Scott.
What's up, man? How's it going? Welcome to Morocco.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are we doing tea?
Let's do it.
All right.
It's so good.
We are finally all together, and it feels really nice to take a minute and pull in the surroundings. And that requires tea.
This is a Moroccan mint tea, so it's so good.
Is that the traditional tea thing to drink?
I think so.
In Morocco, tea is more than a drink. It is a sweet, minty ritual, steeped in the traditions of hospitality and a point of pride for how high one can pour it.
Dang, that's hard.
He did it without looking. Cheers.
Cheers.
Like when you walk in.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's really good.
That's really good. Well, tomorrow we've got quite a bit to do. I want to swap tires, rotate that stuff, and then oil sample.
Yep.
We were right at the 15,000 mile oil sample, so we've knocked that out. Probably make some plans for the next night.
Yeah, head into the Atlas Mountains.
Okay.
So today we are doing a little tire rotation. Always very important to rotate your tires, especially on long trips. Helps tires last a lot longer and helps them wear more evenly. Our tundra alignment isn't quite perfect, and so these are the ones we're gonna have to keep the closest eye on because they are kind of shark finning on the inside. Part of the problem is you get to certain areas of the world and it gets more and more difficult to find a good place to get an alignment. And the alignment is off, but it's not off far enough to where I feel like it's gonna be better if we go to a shop. I feel like we might end up with a worse alignment. So we kind of know what it's doing right now, so we're just gonna leave it alone. But we're gonna manage it by switching tires around.
That was it. Tires are done. Now we're moving on to the biggest thing we gotta do. We are at the 15,000 mile oil interval, so we are taking our samples. The good thing is we've got some reports back from Mobil 1, and all of the oil up until the 10,000 mile marker was perfect. All the engineers are thumbs up, you're good to go, keep rolling. So we're rolling.
I think you could say that from here on out, we are 100% test pilots. Next up, the Atlas Mountains.
We're moving, Jets. It feels good. I've got the butterflies in my stomach again in a good way.
We should be able to find a remote camp tonight on our way to the edge of the Sahara Desert. These mountains have long served as both a barrier and a passageway, home to the Berber cultures and ancient trade routes that once linked North Africa to the Sahara.
Awesome. Good to be on dirt. Feels really good.
The trucks are running strong, and morale couldn't be higher.
We're gonna call this horse camp.
Horse camp?
Yeah.
I love it.
The elevation of the Atlas Mountains provides the gift of cooler temperatures, which will hopefully help us sleep well tonight.
All right, we got a few things to celebrate tonight with the cheers. We've got a milestone that we haven't actually stopped and celebrated, getting onto Africa.
That's right.
We are in Africa. Linking up with Scotty.
Yeah.
The team is put together.
And a great lane last night, to be honest. That was pretty cool in the souk last night.
It was wonderful. Cool. And we are on our way to the bottom. And going in, we're in the Atlas Mountains and going into the Sahara. Doesn't get much better.
We'll be there
so good.
tomorrow.
I'll drink. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
I will gladly drink. Cheers.
Good night.
Cheers.
Wonderful.
Peter, cheers.
Cheers.
You want chicken or beef, guys?
Why don't we do beef?
Okay.
What's the least frozen?
Neither. We can. They're both on top. They're very cold, but not frozen.
All right, beef.
Okay, beef.
While Ryan and Andy get dinner going, Scott starts tackling something we'll be spending an excruciating amount of time on over the next few months: visas.
It's going good.
If everything goes to plan, we'll be crossing the border into Mauritania in about a week.
I had a question about the carnets. So I've heard about them a lot before. I know that it's this thing you basically have to put cash up or some sort of liquid account up to be able to back the value of your vehicle when you're bringing vehicles in and out of countries. But you were saying that we could also do TIPs, and I was just wondering, what's the advantage of having a carnet instead of a TIP?
So it looks, it's a big yellow document, and it has a bunch of little tabs that they fill out at the border. They keep one copy, and then you keep the other side of the tab with you in the carnet booklet. And if for some reason at the other border we don't check it out and get it filled out as an exit, they can actually pull the value of the bond. So we had to put up a bond for 3 vehicles that, just in case we were to sell one or one was to be lost or stolen and we didn't do proper documentation around that, the country can actually call the bond on the carnet and take the money, which is slightly terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
When you got super expensive vehicles.
So today, we're gonna make our way south from here, past Ait Benedou, past Ouarzazate, past Zagora, and into the Sahara Desert. It's the first time I've ever been there because I've been to Morocco before, but I never made it past Mohamed. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, obviously, but heading into the dirt for the first time, really, and into the Sahara. I am pumped because these guys haven't been there either.
Today we will drop out of the Atlas Range and by late in the day should be on the western shoulder of the Sahara, where we will put these trucks to work in a very remote region. The road threads us through villages that seem carved straight from the mountains themselves. It's evident that life generally moves at a pace shaped by methods thousands of years old. The Atlas Range reprieve is behind us, and the scorching Sahara Desert is now in view.
How are your shocks feeling, Clay?
They feel stiff.
Yeah, mine do too. Definitely think it'd be worth dropping them while we are down, dropping the compression a bit.
The sand is hot and soft and constantly shifting. We have stopped to air down for better flotation. Ryan braves the hot sand to fine-tune the compression on the rears. Already we realize how much trouble we would have been in had we not addressed the suspension issue.
The shock bodies are definitely warming up.
Ahead of us lies hundreds of miles of desert track. To the east, the Sahara stretches clear to Egypt, thousands of miles away. It was worth the time.
All right, everybody, we have just left Mohamed
and are heading west towards
Good. My pronunciation is probably exactly correct, so you can take that to the bank.
We are on Chris Scott's Morocco Sahara route MS8. It's supposed to be around 230 kilometers. We'll also be moving past a bunch of camels and other windswept dunes along the way.
Andy, it's pretty cool that you're getting your first round of
dune instruction in the Sahara Desert. That's pretty wild.
I think I'd call that a pretty good privilege.
This is what we signed up for. This is great.
Well, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for bringing me to the Sahara to get a little bit of dune driving experience.
You're welcome. It's all about saying yes, right? You said yes, and that's pretty cool.
Here's to more. Where do we think we'll go tonight?
Honestly, we don't have a specific camp in mind, so we'll just keep moving until the sun gets close to the horizon, temps start to cool down, and we find something we really like.
With a sliver of light left, we find a lone acacia tree and instinctively anchor near it for the night. However, we do not camp too close, as the thorns of this tree will easily puncture tires and your shoes. The Sahara, I must say, is astonishing. Tonight's warm evening allows us to catch up on the map, and it's funny to be so fresh into a location that you already can't wait to come back to.
That's right. You're right. Just gonna draw it.
Yeah.
Right now, right here. Wow. 62. Cocktail?
Cocktail time.
Excellent, Richard.
Thank you.
Cheers to the Sahara.
To the Sahara.
Cheers.
We're up before first light, hoping to steal a few cool hours before the desert turns nuclear.
Just decided to get it out. It's been cold. Been wearing my regular hat. But it is time. It is time. Nice. I like that one. Is that
Years ago, in the very original season, we were in the shop in Moab, and I was like, hey, Ryan, does this hat look good on me? Ryan's like, yeah, that looks great on you. I got home, and Shelly was looking at the footage, and she's like, why are you wearing that hat? You look horrible in that hat. I was like, well, Ryan Erickson told me to wear it. He said it looked good. That's the last time I took fashion advice from you.
I would say my wife would definitely agree with you not to take fashion advice from me. She hates these hats too. So. But I like them.
They
so
do
I wear
serve a
them.
purpose, especially for us
They're practical.
gringos.
Very practical.
Out here, once the sun crests the horizon, everything changes fast. The temperature spikes, the air dries out, and the heat strips you of energy. And whoever is driving needs to keep a sharp eye on the gauges.
Good morning, Morocco.
We are heading west, got about 30 or 40 kilometers until we hit the dunes. And really looking forward to seeing Ur Chagaga today. Hopefully not for too long, just long enough to get through. I don't really want to spend the whole day stuck in the dunes, so let's just try to avoid that situation.
We also have a long way to go in the next few days here, so we do need to make some progress as well.
I like your Canadian accent. Progress.
Slowly transitioning Ryan into Canadian vocabulary.
This incredible track offers a wide variety of terrain to experience. So, we kick it around a little bit. But kicking around with the expedition risk top of mind. With every dune we carve, we get to see what these trail hunters can really do. And we soak up the very thing we love doing: driving.
These hybrid Tacomas and any iForce Max engine is insane in the dunes, because that hybrid power right there, and then the turbos kick in. It is so much fun. They are great machines in the dunes. The best we've ever had.
We encounter nomadic herders who roam the desert following their camels. A man has approached us with a wave and a smile, inviting us to a small, solar-powered cafe he runs out of here in the middle of the desert.
Look, there's a little shade there. Yeah. How fantastic. Yeah. How fantastic. See? You know, serendipity on life, brother.
Mohammed runs the place for just 3 months out of the year, bringing all of his own provisions, and he serves food just once a week. Mohammed is very proud of his system and his setup. His solar panels run a battery bank that allows him to run a freezer and cold drinks fridge.
Ice cold. Yeah, ice cold.
Actually, his shop is very much a stationary version to how our trucks are set up.
Can I have a little sip, Richard? I just want to try it.
But just before we rolled in here, we did get good news.
E-visas?
Fill us in.
Yeah, e-visas are all set.
Fantastic.
Sweet. It is great.
50 dirhams?
Yes.
Can I have this one?
Yes, of course.
We support Mohammed with a few small purchases that we need to try and blend in around here. A near impossible task, but it sure is fun to try. These turbans, often called shesh among Tuareg and Berber communities, are long, versatile cotton head wraps, primarily worn for protection against the sun and sand and wind here in the Sahara.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
When the season ends, he'll head back home to his family, leaving this little oasis until the following year.
Yeah, it's one of the best stops of EXO history, I think.
The Sahara seems to have slowed down time. The roads are wide open, free to roam, and the rest of the world and what might be happening out there is lost on us. For a while now, it's just been us, the trucks, and one of the biggest sandboxes on Earth. This is pretty good living out here, and the fun of making films is full on right now. This right here is the good stuff.
We're all just soaking this in because we only get it in this northwestern section of Africa, and then once we're in the Congo, I think we'll be missing the dry heat, even though it can be really hot here.
Now, 200 kilometers into our day, we tuck in at the base of a little mountain range. Andy gets to work on tacos for dinner, and just as camp starts to settle, the camel herder quietly walks right into our sight and makes himself known. There's a big language barrier between us, but hospitality doesn't always need words. In much of North and West Africa, cigarettes are a social currency and a sign of goodwill. They help break the ice at checkpoints, ease conversations with strangers, and are a very useful fieldcraft tool. And tonight, a quick exchange of one is all it takes to feel like neighbors in the middle of nowhere.
The Sahara has been like the best. We are having the greatest time out here, but we are having to keep moving to get to the bottom of Africa. And we have over 1,000 kilometers still to go before we're out of Morocco and make our way into Mauritania. So this morning we're packing up to move to get to that border, and I think there's quite a few little adventures going to happen in between, but it's a road day. Time to put the miles on.
Over the next 2 days, we'll be traveling through a disputed territory known as Western Sahara. Western Sahara was once controlled by Spain, and it has been contested since the 1970s. Morocco claims and administers most of the region, while the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic claims independence. Conflict is occasional, but nothing to really be concerned about anymore.
The guy behind us gave us a stern warning about speeding, so he said you will pay for going anything over the speed limit. So
don't know what's going on, but as we were rolling through, lead truck Legion, which has Clay and Ryan in it, got pulled over and they waved us through, but we posted up just a little bit ahead of them so we could keep an eye on what's going on. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. The closer we're getting to Mauritania, the more of a police presence and them actually doing something. You know, we passed by at least 20 other police checkpoints on the way down, you know, between Tangier, Morocco, Marrakesh, and here, but they never pulled us over. They would always just wave us through.
Got a gnarly border crossing coming up. It's supposed to be super complex and chaotic.
There's something quite exciting about a new border, though.
No, I think the border crossings are a good study in patience. I mean, it really, because nearly all of it is out of your control. So.
You know, I probably should have taken Ryan's earlier warning about speeding a little more serious, because I have learned the hard way, not once, but twice.
This is just a bit of a taste test, so to speak, of what's to come as we go through West Africa.
What a beautiful thing.
That's nuts. Holy crap. I'm going to stay laughing. That is nuts.
Well, this evening, we made an audible. Because I got pulled over a couple times and got a couple speeding tickets today, I burned up some time, and we weren't going to make it to camp before dark, especially if we fueled. So when that happens, we discuss safety, right? So we say, all right, well, let's pull back. Let's find a campsite way early before we go into town. Let's not try and fuel tonight. Let's not get to that campsite we were thinking we'll be in the dark. It's just not as safe. Let's peel off right now. So we found a good little hidey hole tucked in here. And in the morning, we'll go and get fuel and then go to the border. The beauty of that is you don't announce yourself. No one that way knows that we're here. So that was the call, and we all feel good about it. I'm gonna roll up my window.
Another quick pack-up morning has us headed into the Mauritanian border. We want to be there early as the lines can be long.
Today is our border day in Mauritania, but this is actually one of my first international, proper border crossings. There's a few different variables to it. There's the fact that it's international border to international border, and then 2 countries that I'd never been to. So there's kind of a uniqueness about that for me. So very excited but apprehensive, and I think healthily apprehensive.
I think that's the way to go into it.
Yeah.
With a little bit of apprehension and patience. Lots of patience.
Lots of patience. And based on how many semis are parked in this gas station parking lot, I would say patience for all of these gentlemen to also clear their import as well.
So we are fueling all of our trucks before we go into another country. And that could be at a cost, because sometimes fuel is more expensive in one country than the other. But the security aspect of it says we have working cards here, we have enough cash here, and we can fully fill up that we can drive almost 700 kilometers on the other side of a border if we need it. Every time you enter the other side of a border, there's always just chaos on the other end. So if you can eliminate having to do chaotic things on the other side by doing it on the border that you're already in, it'll benefit you. Holy cow.
Okay, first things first, gotta get stamped out of Morocco.
One person goes into X-ray.
The Moroccan side is pretty straightforward, but as we cross no man's land towards the Mauritania side, the world begins to change.
It changed a little bit.
Yeah, we're in a different place.
Dear diary.
We have been in the line for 1 hour.
No, I've been in line for 2 hours.
Southside temp. It says it's only 67, but it feels like it's 87.
Yeah.
Status update. Scott's running around with all of our passports, getting our TIPs for these 3 trucks. We just have to wait. It's pretty good. I appreciate not having to do a thing.
We should be getting through here hopefully soon. Then we're going to tear off into the desert.
Right, Scott, thank you very, very much for running around and getting all our stuff sorted out at the border, passport stamped, all the TIPs done. It was a wonderful change just to have to wait for a matter of hour after hour. It was great.
You are welcome. Everybody's welcome. It was just great to do it all together. What an awesome team we've got here.
We are pushing through the afternoon to be as far into the desert tonight as possible. Mauritania is a level 4 advisory country. And ironically, the highest level of the anticipated countries we will travel through. This region has landmine advisories from older conflicts, laying patiently under the sand for an unfortunate soul. Now on the other side of the border, it definitely feels different. Spidey hairs are up just a bit.
This little village up here in the front. I think that village is pretty cool. You guys want to roll in there and look at it?
Yeah, I'd say we got to go check out this little ghost town area.
Yeah, I wonder if this was like a railroad camp. Yeah, was it here before the railroad came in, or was it here because of the railroad?
There's a lot of smaller structures that are more consistent with homes, probably even predating the railway.
A place like this could be at one point thriving, and then because of something possibly even catastrophic because of the war, it was abandoned in a moment.
Could be war that they quit this?
The border is
right
just
there.
a couple kilometers from us, so.
Right. Forget how close we are still.
Watch your feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch where you step.
Between the tetanus and the bone shards and the unexploded ordnances.
Yeah, you just see stuff lying on the ground and you're like, what's that?
What is that?
What's that? Did you see that right there?
Yeah.
That made my heart stop when I saw it.
You think that's a landmine?
I think it looks like one. I don't think it is one, but I don't want to try it.
Yeah.
I'm no expert in landmines. Yeah, I'm not going near that thing.
Nope. Just a landmine. I think I'll get back in the truck.
All right, looking at the map, we've got 15 kilometers to our proposed campsite.
Copy that, 15 clicks out.
Race you there.
But out here is also an amazing feat of engineering. Running through the desert like a steel river is one of the most remarkable railways on Earth. This is the Mauritania ore train. Nearly 3 kilometers long and hauling ore from the mines near Zerat all the way to the port city of Nouad Hibou. It's one of the longest and heaviest trains ever and cuts straight through the Sahara. Mauritania is anticipated to be an all-star overland country. There's no doubt that we are humbled and maybe a little intimidated by this place. And what we will see over the coming days will certainly be at the top of our life experiences for years to come. Join us next time as we push further into the Sahara and Chinguetti.